We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Pro-Palestinian vandalism in Washington, D.C., a nuclear submarine on the way to the Middle East, Obama shoots his mouth off, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. As the Israeli forces surround Gaza City, they have identified a second senior Hamas commander killed in the IDF's overnight airstrikes on Monday. An Air Force fighter jet, guided by the intelligence of the Shin Bet and the Israel Defense Forces, killed during the night the terrorist Wael Asfa, the commander of the Deir al-Balah battalion of the Hamas terrorist organization in the Central Camps Brigade. Asfa, along with other commanders in the Central Camps, took part in sending Nakahaba terrorists to Israeli territory in the murderous attack on October 7th. IDF spokesperson Daniel Hagari wrote on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter. The Israeli military appears poised to move into Gaza City in the coming days, with intelligence indicating that Hamas is keeping many October 7th hostages in the tunnels beneath the city. The United States imposed broad new sanctions against Russia over its invasion of Ukraine. The measures are designed to limit Moscow's ability to fund the war by targeting the developer of a massive Siberia project, ARCT-2 LNG, intended to ship chilled natural gas or liquefied natural gas to global customers. The Treasury Department also imposed sanctions on 7 Russia-based banks and dozens of industrial companies in the United Arab Emirates, Turkey, and China, including Gazpromneft Catalytic Systems, which makes chemical agents for advanced Russian oil refining. The U.S. added a dozen Russian companies as well to a trade blacklist over their involvement with drones Russia's military could use in the war. House Republicans passed their $14.3 billion Israel aid bill on Thursday. All but 12 House Democrats rejected the legislation because it would pay for the aid by taking money from the Internal Revenue Service enforcement, paradoxically making the bill more expensive, and it falls far short of the broader foreign aid package the Biden administration requested. The vote set up a battle with a Senate controlled by Democrats where there's bipartisan support for a bigger package that includes aid for Ukraine. House Speaker Mike Johnson said the House bill included necessary and critical assistance as Israel fights for its right to exist. He said the House would consider Ukraine aid next, pairing it with border-related matters. A White House fence was vandalized Saturday night with red paint as pro-Palestinian protesters shook the gate to one entrance to the executive mansion as some chanted, "F Joe Biden." Later in the evening, protesters were seen attempting to climb up the White House's wrought iron gates. The demonstrators also covered the General Marquis de Lafayette statue in nearby Lafayette Park with graffiti and Palestinian flags, according to social media posts. The protesters were rallying against the Biden administration's support of Israel in the war against Hamas. Meanwhile, other buildings in Washington, D.C. were vandalized with graffiti messages reading "Death to Israel" and "Glory to the Martyrs" as thousands of protesters descended on the nation's capital to protest the ongoing Israel-Hamas war. In our backyard, death to Israel and glory to the martyr, among other violent anti-Semitic graffiti, was spotted in Washington, D.C. Where is the outrage? The Israeli embassy to the United States said in an X post Saturday. The footage showed a series of graffiti messages reading "Free Gaza" and "F Israel." Another graffiti message written in neon paint read "Gaza is going to win." The United States military has deployed a nuclear-powered submarine to the Middle East in a show of deterrence against further escalation. The vessel comes as the Israel-Hamas war nears 1 month old. U.S. Central Command provided no additional details in a statement Sunday, though it posted an image that appeared to show an Ohio-class submarine in Egypt's Suez Canal. The U.S. acknowledging the use of these submarines or information about their location is very rare, as they represent part of America's so-called nuclear triad of atomic weapons, which also includes land-based ballistic missiles and nuclear bombs aboard strategic bombers. Ohio-class submarines can carry nuclear ballistic missiles as well as cruise missiles. It is not immediately clear if the submarine now operating near Israel is carrying nuclear ballistic missiles. Former President Barack Obama called the Israel-Hamas conflict a moral reckoning for all of us at an event hosted by his foundation Friday. Obama spoke at the Obama Foundation's Democracy Forum on Thursday, where he called for a two-state solution and an end to the occupation, while not clarifying what occupation he meant. All of this is taking place against the backdrop of decades of failure to achieve a durable peace for both Israelis and Palestinians, the former president told the forum audience. Obama ignored the fact that Israel has consistently come to the peace table and has pursued a two-state solution, while the Palestinians walked away from those negotiations. Obama has a long history of anti-Israel rhetoric. The assertion that everyone was complicit in the attack angered many users on X, formerly known as Twitter, who blasted Obama's own role in the Israel-Hamas war. Real Clear Investigation senior writer Mark Hemingway insisted, quote, "Yeah, we did not send pallets full of cash to Iran so they could enable Hamas. Obama did that," unquote. That's the raw naked truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.